We are back here for another part of Smash Remix. Even though I don't really want to make this video, but I need some money. I need some money. I need somebody to send me monies, right? Send me monies. I need money. Alright, I'll make this video. Might get some money. Yeah. Anyways, in this video, we're gonna start the topic. We'll start the topic with Kingdom Hearts 3. Alright. We're gonna defend it a little bit. Alright. We need to defend this game, guys. Let's play Kingdom Hearts 3. There was like a lot of things I was not happy with about it. But it just makes me blend in with like a lot of you idiots who just overhate it, and that's why I'm here to clarify that as I played Kingdom Hearts 3, there were a lot of things I didn't like. Overly cutscenes, promises, they lied to us and stuff. But I picked it back up. Recently picked up Kingdom Hearts 3 and just played it, and I just realized, bro, I'm just a casual gamer, I just want to play a game, I just want to have fun. The rating I give Kingdom Hearts is still the same. But I just get a problem with people who just overly hate it and still talk crap and say stuff like, oh, if I ever play Kingdom Hearts 3, I only gonna play on my recent save file. Like I'll never start the save file over. Like, you're lying. You're lying. You're not. You're lying. You are acting as if the video game library is so huge. You're lying. Alright, or you guys, what are you guys gonna do if you guys just play on the recent save file? You're gonna run around? Right? See, you guys, you need to question if these people are like real gamers, or they're just fake, they're just live, they just want to be part of something. It's like these guys who make videos about Sony's going digital and they hate it, but you guys cannot even afford video games. You guys always have to buy your consoles and video games at when the price drops and stuff. So who cares about what you guys think is great or not? All you guys' businesses and stuff needs to be shut down anyways. All this gaming stuff needs to be banned anyways. Alright? The way you guys go by talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 as if this is really like important. It's not that serious, it's not that deep, it's not that important. So, with that being said, Kingdom Hearts 3 is like a game I enjoy, but it's not the best Kingdom Hearts with the entry. It's just not. But that's all it is. You guys overly hate it, or like, oh, why do you guys didn't make a review? It's because you are the only ones who care about this. You are the only ones who want to see this. We don't. We really don't. We couldn't care less. And if you guys want to call us, say that we're not real gamers and we are destroying gaming, and you're not, right? You're not. You could never do it, bro. We don't care. We don't care about what you think and what you gonna do and what you gonna make videos, but nobody cares, bro. Seriously. Alright? Alright. So, alright, going back. Talking about this Kingdom Hearts 3. It's just either overhyped, alright, too much talking, too good about it, or it's just overhated, and I don't like none of that. Like, I just want to be like, it's a decent game. I enjoy it sometimes. That's it. You guys turn into the biggest haters. But I already know all my haters, like loser clown and stuff. You all get so offended if I bully y'all. But alright, so my haters been hating at me, even though I supported my haters. They was just hating on me and just being jealous and wanting to just have more and more and more and more. They want more. I'm the loser clown. Yo, hello YouTube feeds. Sony is still insulting our intelligence. hello. Ooh. You know, until the loser clown had to get kicked out of his apartment or whatever he lived at. You know, I really don't care. Got kicked out. Yeah, bro. Ever since you got kicked out, you act really like salty. You act like even like a bigger hater. You even got huge, bro. You got even more huge. you got huge, bro. I know you were already huge. Even more huge. You got kicked out of this apartment, guys. You had to go to a hotel, and then, you know, you had to find another apartment. But this apartment is even worse. It was a shitty apartment, you know, where you just be under surveillance. You basically, you know, you can't do nothing, like, really, you know. But I get it. Oh, it's almost over. It's almost over anyways. The system is almost over anyways, right? You know, it still sucks. That still sucks. All right, still sucks. You know, and I bet this would have never happened if you would not be such a big, huge hater. Even got a more huge. This would have never happened if you would, like, you know, finally stop talking about Kingdom Hearts 3, like hating this and maybe like going on and on and on and on. Oh, these companies don't take us serious. If I would be part of this company, you're not part of it. You're not. You never will. You're not part of it. You're just lying to your subs who barely watch your videos. Alright, and I don't take you serious because how many times you get comments and somebody asks you stuff and, you know, asks you to address certain issue and you just straight ignore it or dance around the question like our good old president, like, you know, all of these, you know, you act just like the president. Those guys for the government, and this is just you're disgusting, bro. You're just disgusting, and you're being passively aggressive. You don't want to listen to my messages, you know, because you can't. You're a fraud. All right, like, you're just hating. But so these guys. You know, they can't be like us. They constantly stressing out on the stress, right? Constantly, bro. All the time, and you can feel it when I look on their videos, like loser clown video. You sound so mad, bro. You sound extremely angry. So angry. You know, what are you outside for? You know, why is he's always outside like a homeless guy, bro? I wouldn't even be surprised, but enough talk. That's what you get for like this overly talk bullshit. I still want to talk about this. They're insulting our intelligence and they're getting digital now. They don't want to be physical. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares about somebody like just complaining on YouTube that they cannot afford a $70 game. Nobody cares, dude. Nobody cares about stuff like main characters. Who's your main character? Like, why? My main character, main. Tier list. Who does that? Who ranks things? Who does? You guys have too much time and not enough hobbies to do things like that. You know? Don't you know, guys? I don't have the weather app. I don't have the weather app. The weather and app that shows you the weather. I don't have this. I'll never have this. But why? Why would I want to have a weather app? You guys talk about how weather apps is like so futuristic and stuff. All right. So you want to tell me you can't just get up and go outside to see if it's weather cold or hot? You need an app to show you when it's hot or cold? This is laziness. You're just lazy, right? I don't have apps like that. Who has apps like this? Who does, bro? These are the same guys who do watch all these movies that come out. You do watch all these movies. You know, you do know that these movies in live action used to be about family. Alright, it used to be about family. It used to be about bunch of other stuff, like more important topics, you know, more common talk, you know, things you witness in common, your common, you know, average life, you know, but stuff that's just more realistic to happen. And now most shows is all about, you know, unaliving, and it's all about drugs now. Most movies are all, it's all about drugs. It's all about being a criminal. You know, but it's like overly, you know. And even back then, they had more jokes when they made like a drug live action drug movie. They had way more jokes. Now they barely make jokes, so it's like a movie where they're being serious, but this is not even something to take serious. So you guys are watching this, you know, that just shows how intelligent you guys gotta be. You guys gotta be dumb because you like these type of shows, man. And making tier list. Tier list. Oh, what do you think is secretly broken? Oh yeah. Okay, character matchup. What does, you know? Does it even have meaning? Is this, you know, meaningful? Or your favorite Smash game? Is Milli still your favorite, or do you prefer Ultimate? What are you talking about? Oh man. You have these guys who overly wanna trash on Smash Brawl. Bro, just play these games, man. Can't you guys just play games and shut up? Why do you guys need to rank them? Why do you guys need to compare to Smash Milli and Smash Brawl and Ultimate, bro? Why? Alright guys, so you know, thanks to all these guys who, you know, instead of just playing these games, make videos about them and wanna make tier lists and compare games in retrospective. These guys are anti-gaming. They are anti-gaming. Alright, a lot of you guys just purchase, you know, consoles in gaming just because you don't want to be left out. But you guys suck. You guys don't want to play. You guys are these type of guys who don't want to do nothing. Alright, you're full of depression, and all you guys tell yourself is, it's almost over, 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 it's almost over. You know, and then they get offended if I'm here and I just tell you guys my opinion. I don't like women who have like a fat ass. I don't like that. I don't like women with a fat ass, fat tits, fat belly, fat stomach. I don't like that. Who made this sexy? Who was there and made this? I just don't like this. I don't like this. Yeah. To be fair, I don't think I'm gonna like ever reject a woman because she's like fat, chunky, you know. But I'll never meet an obese woman. I'll never meet an obese woman. You know, when I would plan a date with an obese woman and we would like get like, you know, meet somewhere and we'd go there, somebody would throw like a bait, you know, like attach like a chocolate bar bait and throw at her, and the date would be over. She'd get distracted, bro. It's just how it is. You know, all you guys who overly talk about, I like this fat ass, big ass with your fat. I like this fat ass and fat tits. Like, who cares, bro? Why is this even a thing? Why are you guys botoxing your butt? You know, you guys are disgusting. To be honest. Why do you guys want to eat the booty like groceries? Why? It's not me who said it, but it's all these celebrity you guys listen to. They talk about eating shit. They talk about eating your butthole. They talk about this in their songs, and you guys just No, we should talk about nostalgia. Nostalgia, because
You know, back then everything was better. Back then everything was better. We need to go back when we used to ride on horses, right? Everything was better. Who needs that? Everything was better. Ooh, Nintendo.
That's the thing. Guys, when they talk about nostalgia and Nintendo games, bro, nobody played Nintendo. Nobody. You know how many people actually own an Xbox? They have an Xbox. They don't have a Nintendo. Or other people have a PlayStation. They don't have a Nintendo. Other people have other gaming computers, other consoles. People don't have Nintendo like that. You guys assume that everyone just has a Nintendo? Yo, but alright, let's talk about Nintendo games. If you guys want to talk about nostalgia, what games were there? You had the Mario 64. I think that was their first game. You had Mario 64. Then you had this one Zelda game, right? Then you had a little bit Donkey Kong. But I'm not gonna, mention Metroid because I don't care. Who cares? Alright, they had this. They had a little bit Kirby. Then they had their Pokemon. So they had like four games, more or less. I don't know. That was Nintendo. That's how Nintendo started. And then they just remixed their games over and 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 over again. So why are we even talking about this? This is not even half of the gaming library. Why should we only talk about Nintendo? What's wrong with y'all? Why, bro? Why? Alright, so we want to talk about growing up, or when I didn't play as much Nintendo than play. I played more PlayStation. Alright, we didn't care about stupid Nintendo. Do you really think if I can choose for let's say PlayStation 3, PlayStation 3, I want PlayStation 3. You think I'm gonna get a GameCube? You think I'm gonna get a GameCube instead? Oh no, I don't want a PlayStation. I want a GameCube. Nobody wanted a GameCube. Alright. So this question or this thing with being nostalgic over like your Nintendo GameCube and you played your Pokemon Colosseum or Pokemon XD, and then you play a little bit of Smash Milli. Man, nobody cares, bro. Nobody wants to hear these four. Nintendo has like 4 games and stuff, and you talk about like how you enjoyed it, bro. Get out of here, man. Nobody wants to. I'm not like you guys. Play this Smash and take this too serious, and you have your funny moments, and you make your jokes about ridiculous KOs, or SDs, or bad recoveries, or this is so funny, right? This is so funny, or stupid match, I don't. So, but what is the most overrated? What is the most overrated Nintendo games? If you guys wanna be so to Nintendo overly, you guys so overly into Nintendo. It's gotta be either Mario Odyssey or Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's gotta be it. If it's not Mario or Zelda, then it's definitely Pokemon. And Pokemon is also then overrated. Alright. To be honest, I played better RPGs than Pokemon. But if I say this, it better be Nintendo. Yeah, that's why I don't take you guys serious. You guys tell me to go get checked. Then to get checked, get your mental health checked, and then as you're like, who told you that? Who told you that? Or who are you? Who are even you to say this? Like, you act like you've been left in charge. You know, literally, like somebody left you in charge to say stuff. You already done. Alright, but then again, you know, we're talking to people, to haters who never flush the toilet. You just don't flush the toilet. You that disgusting. You don't flush. You go to the bathroom and you just don't flush it. So yeah, great question would be, what game could you play forever without getting bored? The question is, answer is a fun game. Yeah, if a game is fun, I can play this forever. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Just make the game fun. So some of you developers don't know what fun is. You just make your game, and then you like 10 years in development. You release your game, and then you get your first reviews, and you're like, this game is not fun, and you guys are like, oh, we didn't know that we had to make this game fun. Really? Yeah. A lot of y'all don't actually know that a video game needs to be fun. That's all it needs. That's all it needs to do. Gameplay is important. Graphics is important. Soundtrack is important. But fun is the most important thing for a video game. For us to play it. Yeah, I know it's hard. It's hard to actually think that this is true, but some of you actually forget about putting fun in things you do, because you guys' brain not that fried. So there goes the question, like, what game could you play forever without getting bored? What are you talking about? So you guys get bored and you don't know why? Like, I'm playing this game, but I'm just bored, you know. And then they tell you, like, yeah, but do you have fun? And you like, what? So what game do you wish you could experience again for the first time? This is again a noob question that you should never ask me. Never ask me this question. Also this question, like, oh, if there would be one place you would visit, like, where would you go? As if all these places are that much different. I mean, all these places have water, right? Have grass, have trees, have sky. You can look at the sky. You guys are acting as if you would go to another country and the sky would be green or something. Yeah, bro. Why do you guys think you're born where you're born? Because you wanted to be there. Alright? What are you talking about? You guys always want to go somewhere, man. I don't care. Then just go. Why are you still here then? Go. No, man. Don't talk about it. Just leave. Useless question. What's the hardest game you ever beaten? Again, why? Why do you guys want to play hard games over fun games that fun and not hard? No horror, no hard games. I don't know, bro. I don't know. For the reason why I don't know is because for the most part I never struggle playing video games. I'm not retarded. I'm not slow. I don't have like slow reactions. Where this game was so hard to beat, so I can't even tell you. I can't even give you a name or something. Oh, this was very hard. I'm not into that. I'm not into one. Oh man, we're playing this game is extremely hard. No, this is boring. What game did you quit because it was too frustrating? I feel like most of y'all just play games to be frustrated, to be stressed, to make content, to complain about it. I don't think that gaming is, you guys play gaming for the wrong reason, but you guys just want to make gaming look bad. You know that a lot of people, especially elder people, look at gaming like so negatively because of the media and everything. They overly hate it for no reason. So much that they won't play at all. I don't condone playing video games for hours. I don't condone that. But I still play video games, right? There's some who don't play it at all, and they think it makes them a better human, right? Okay, let's move on. What's your favorite game soundtrack? This is what you guys always want to know. Almost every video game has great soundtrack. If you don't see this, then you need to question your music taste. Because soundtrack is one of the biggest selling points in gaming. Alright. So there is no favorite. There's no favorite soundtrack. I just want a video game where the soundtrack is great. Alright, don't make a shitty soundtrack because I'm most likely never gonna play this game. There's no favorite. I already told you guys like last video like what kind of sound. What more do you want, man? Or all these maps I'm picking, aren't these soundtracks great? Can't you guys not tell for yourself? If you guys can't tell for yourself, I don't even know if I should tell you guys stuff. And then the other question: if you could only own 5 games, which ones? Yeah, again, I'm not a broke loser. I'm not a broke loser idiot who can only afford 5 games. So why are you asking me this question? Are you assuming that I'm broke? Are you assuming I don't have no money? Alright, and I have to, I can only own 5 games. What is this? You can only own this. You can only over video games, bro. Or you want to know my top 5 video games? Guess what? I don't have the top 5 video games. I cannot just count up 5 video games and be like, oh yeah, I would only play this. No. This is boring. What a boring question. Get out of here.
What game deserves a remake? Game that deserved a remake have been done so wrong by the company and been ignored, right? Like Devil May Cry. It's constantly still getting new games and all the other ones don't. You deserve what?
Let's just mention Tekken 3 again. We forgot. I didn't forget about you guys who actually want a remake for Tekken 3. Alright, you guys wanna replay? That most remakes are being done so faithfully, you have to replay through the, parts nobody really liked it. You guys are ready to do it again and again. Right? Like I mentioned in my last video, in Tekken 3, you have a character Dr. Boskonovich, right? And you have to unlock him by doing Tekken Force, I think 3 or 4 times in a row without losing, and you unlock a shitty character. Alright, and you guys are ready to do this again if they make a remake and pay $100 to do this. Why would you want to do this? Why would you?
Also, I can make videos. I can upload a video tutorial on YouTube how to unlock Dr. Boskonovich in Tekken 3 remake.
What a waste. What a waste, bro. Remakes as a whole. No, this gotta stop. This needs to stop. There are no remakes. To all these cutscenes, all these modern games where the tutorial is just too long, and you don't get to play the game. You guys just want to go through this over and over and over like some robots. What game do you think is overrated? Well, the thing is, every franchise is overrated. You probably talk about the most overrated thing. I just think gaming as a whole is overrated. You know, you can compare someone who just owns a console in one game and plays it and enjoy it. This exists, you know. But you guys want to hate. You guys want to be like, oh, you need at least 5 games. You know. What do you want to tell them? You know, to them nothing is overrated because they just have one console, one game, and they just use this as like a simple hobby and play it. But if you don't want to make this too big and have everything and have the newest thing and have all these games and watch all these things and all these reviews and all these trailers, everything, the whole genre is overrated as a whole. You know, I'm just a casual. I just wanna play some games and that's it. I don't care too much if they're horrible or not. You know, because they're not that horrible. Gaming is not that horrible, and you guys just want to make it horrible. So everything is overrated. Everything. All you guys, you know, assume that these games are like must buy, you know, and I must own them, but I don't. I don't at all. All right. So you guys are overrating things, underrating, hating things based on what I like, what I played. You know, which means I have more control over your lives. What game are you currently obsessed with? Bro, man. Again, these questions are just stupid. Stupid question. I'll always be obsessed with the same games. Always. Why would my obsession change? Why, bro? Why? Next question. What was the first console you ever owned? Again, question, but I don't care. Let's answer this question again. My first console I ever owned was the PlayStation 1, right? The PlayStation 1, right? And then later on I got the PlayStation 2 as well, right? But you know, originally I owned the PlayStation 1. What is this question gonna like help you with in life? Knowing this. Why do you want to know? Why do you want to know the first console I own? This says nothing about my personality, bro. Nothing. Nothing. It says nothing about it. It's just the first we had, you know. But these guys decide with what console hits the store first. All right. So, you know, this whole question. What's the dumbest way you ever gotten hurt? These questions, bro. Okay. No, I should actually ask you guys a question. What's the dumbest question you ever asked? Because I bet you're not even gonna find an answer. What was the dumbest question we had to answer here? We had to read here. You do know that is subjective opinion if you hurt yourself, whether it's dumb or not. That was dumb. Why are we talking about dumb ways? Let's just keep this question. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you recently? Actually having to experience this community. This community online, whether it's anime or gaming, is the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me. To have to talk to y'all, for you guys to actually watch my videos and some of you comment, I feel embarrassed. Alright? Are you guys being passive aggressive, hating your lives because now you're not able to do stuff in your house and you need to go outside like a homeless guy and make videos outside. This is the most embarrassing thing I witnessed. Alright, seeing people like literally real life people being kicked out of their homes and having to go to a hotel and then having to go to a shitty home, living next to police officers and being watched all the time, and then them being like, it's almost over, it's almost over, it's almost over, it's almost over. What's a completely useless talent you have? Useless Does obesity count as a useless talent? Since you're asking these useless questions? If I would be obese, I guess that's like a useless talent. But I'm not. You know? Or having an extremely long cock. You know, my penis, my dick is so big. So big. I think that's one of my useless talents. I have such a huge fat cock. You know, but most women don't care. You know, most women would actually like already fall for like a 7-inch. You know, I know it's very small. 7 inch, so small here. You know. I know it's sad, this life, but that's how it is. Let's go next question. If you had to survive a zombie apocalypse with one person, you know who? Next question is, what is who cares? What's the weirdest food combination you actually like? You're not the one who you're not the one who asked me these type of questions. You actually you eat feces. You eating feces. I don't owe you an answer. I don't owe you an answer. You actually eat feces. Alright. I seen it yesterday. Seen a video of somebody actually eating feces. Alright. You're not to be here asking me questions about food combination. What's the strangest dream you remember? Skip. If you could switch lives with anyone for a day. Why? All you guys' lives suck. All of you guys' lives suck. All of you guys' life is trash garbage. Alright? Most of you guys need to go to work. Most of you guys have a job. Most of you guys are obese. Most of you guys own only 5 video games. Most of you guys don't even have a smart TV. Most of you guys need to leave the house to do stuff. You can't do stuff inside the house. Most of you guys need to leave the house to make a video. Alright? Alright, most of you guys only know how to speak English. You only speak one language. Most of you guys are dumb. Most of you guys are ugly. You know? Why would I wanna... Why? Why? I don't, bro. I don't want to switch lives with anyone. Never. I would never do this. Oh. I'm gonna skip a bunch of things. This really pissed me off.
Combatants face each other. We we bring you this battle live from Gym Leader Castle. Body slam. There's a little damage. Wow! That's a good hit. Harsh blow. Continue. Super effective. And it's down. There's a little damage. Oh! Is it down and out? What's that? Body slam. That's a good hit. There's a little damage. Good hit. That's a good hit. There goes the battle. This is
Alright guys, now we're moving on to scenarios, you know, and I think that people who actually ask hypothetical questions are not real. You are fake, or you possessed, or anything, because why would you take time out of your day to ask hypothetical questions that just makes no sense? Just for asking a question. Why would you do this? Why? You think this is funny? This is like, you know, just like just admitting that you don't want to live anymore. Asking hypothetical questions like you overly dark-skinned people always want to take pictures with white people, right? With light-skinned people. You always want to be on pictures with them. So bad, bro. It's the same thing, like. But here's the question. You get $10 million, but you can never play video games again. Deal. Oh yeah, we pay you to not play video games. Who would do this? Who would do this? Who would even do this? Who has all this $10 billion? I know it's a hypothetical scenario, but who even has all this money to give you? Alright. These guys wanna subconsciously train you guys to accept to live a certain way by just taking money. Alright. Yeah, this is, you know, this could be a deal, but you know, only at a certain extent. I know what you guys slowly wanna, you know, first you ask this question, then after that you're gonna ask even more absurd questions. So this is actually, it should not be called hypothetical scenarios. It should be called you're insulting my intelligence with these questions. This is how it should be called. moving on. Alright. You have to live in one fictional universe for a year. Which one? Again, you know, why? Why, bro? So this universe is not great? You know, what? This dumb question. You know, you can have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive. Ooh. Again, you know, bro, isn't dinner about food? I just care about like my food. You know, I don't care about who I'm eating with. You wake up tomorrow with the ability to read minds. What's the first thing you do? You know, why would I read minds of NPCs who don't have inner dialogue? What are you talking about? You have to compete on a reality show. Which one do you think you win? Nobody does that? You can delete one invention from history. What disappears? ChatGPT. You can instantly become world class at one sport. Which, you know, again, bro. You get to redesign one thing about modern society. No, hypothetical question is so boring. You guys are boring. Who asked this question? What?